Good afternoon, teachers and pre-service teachers. I'm going to take you through an eye-opening experience that I came to following a research project that I conducted. This experience which I had was specifically in relation to the expectations of students regarding their expectations and pathways that will be available to them after school. I was looking at the correlation between aspects of socialization that all students pass through and the impact that this has on their future career pathways. When I first started my research, I expected that students from parents that were not tertiary qualified had more opportunities than students from non-tertiary qualified parents who are financially disadvantaged. My preconceptions have been heavily influenced by the socialization which I've learned in my upbringing. However, after conducting my research, I found that the limitations were found in both sides of the socioeconomic spectrum from low to high. To further understand, I will now go into my research that I collated and the results which I collated. I selected two subjects from my extended family who are on the opposing sides of the socioeconomic spectrum. These two subjects involve subject S, who went to an elite private school in Sydney where both of her parents are tertiary qualified, compared to the other subject who is subject J, who goes to a public school in Brisbane and both of his parents are long-term unemployed and who didn't finish high school. The intentions and actions that both of these subjects had were very limited. In relation to subject S, her intentions were to follow a tertiary pathway towards university, and her actions were very limited as she was expected in her socialization to follow the tertiary qualified pathway, as trades and other pathways were not seen as an option for her due to her parents' career outcomes. Comparing subject S to subject J, it was found that subject J's intentions were not clear and not motivated, as its response to the question as to what he was going to do with his future was unclear and was responded along the lines of, "I'll just get a job." The consequences that this has is that it bounds the individual in by what they are expected to achieve via their socialization and upbringing. When reflecting on the subjects, there has been a direct impact on the individual's outcomes and experiences. The outcomes of subject S, where she has tertiary qualified parents, led her to go into university. This was due to a socialization that she has grown up with because of her parents' career paths, which has set a role model and expectation for her future. The outcomes of subject J are unclear as to what his future holds, as his socialization is confining him to a personal expectation that appears that he will only be capable of an unskilled labour occupational pathway. This is due to his environment and role models at home, where his parents are long-term unemployed and non-tertiary qualified. By reflecting on both subjects, they are both limited by their socialization and what their expectations are for them. The teacher's identity and role in the classroom is very significant as it prepares young people for their future career pathways. As pre-service teachers, they need to be aware of the limitations in young people, as they may be confined by their future career prospects as to what they have been socialized into. Pre-service teachers need to be mindful that the role they play should not be limited to educational outcomes, but it's also important that they play a role in broadening the career pathways that young people consider. Relating this to the Australian professional standards for teachers, it can be seen that the area of knowing students and how they learn with regards to the development and characteristics of students and how this may affect learning is directly relevant to the research that was conducted, where two individuals from different families who are from opposing sides of the socioeconomic spectrum, that their socialization and expectations have a direct impact on their learning and career expectations.